Well, Paul, does that feel like 2 points dropped?
Yeah, well, it is. If you reflect on the performance, it is. Yeah, so listen, we're disappointed, but we can't beat ourselves up over that. We know why we've not won. Simply, we didn't take one of the many chances. That's it. And on another day, if teams come and try and sit behind the ball like that and make it difficult for us, if we play like that, we'll win the games. But today wasn't one of those days, and it's simply because we just didn't take one of the chances that we made.
Most unfortunate, McBurney perhaps not to score one of the 2 or 3 he had today.
Yeah, he had a couple of headers. He had the one where he got down the side of the centre-back, cut inside. I don't think the keeper knew too much about that one, if I'm honest. And then the ball dropped. Instead of it dropping to Morgan or Illiman, it's dropped to the defender. So that was the story of the game, weren't it? You know, all those little moments where you'd take a scruffy goal, they just weren't going to drop. And then the other ones we had, whether they were one-on-ones, whether they were good combination play, getting in down the sides, or the chances from set plays, we just didn't take one. And then the pattern of the game is just going to get even more set, which is them sitting in, trying to counter. And listen, I'm not going to take anything away from them. That was their game plan, and they defended the box well. But we should have won.
He looks at the minute like a striker toiling, I suppose, Ollie McBurney, doesn't he? And it just isn't happening for him, for want of a cliched type of thing to look at it.
Yeah, but he's not been playing. That's the difference. His fitness was good today. His role for the team was good. He showed what he is in the air. And as we say, and all the other players, we could be speaking about a totally different thing. I've just been looking at the stats in there and 1 or 2 of the chances and penalty appeals, and listen, it should have been a different story, but it wasn't, and we know why.
It got kind of heated and testy out there today. Hull City, yeah, it looked as though they came for a draw, I suppose, and were prepared to kick their way towards that. Yeah,
no, listen, they tried to win, but the game plan was to sit deep, defend the box and try and counter. But it's the other bits when you're wanting a bit more from the referee in terms of managing the game, and if everyone else knows what the game plan is, the referee should surely. So, yeah, but listen, that's not why we didn't get the 3. We didn't get the 3 because we didn't take the points. In terms of what we asked, we wanted to play at a tempo, we wanted to set the tempo, and we did. And that's difficult when you're playing against someone who's trying to slow it down. So I know when I watch the game back, I'm going to see exactly what I'm saying here, and there's not going to be too much I can pick holes in with the players, except for we didn't take the chances.
Could the referee have been a bit more worldly wise, particularly in the early stages of the second half? It was pretty obvious that the lads they were using the dark arts, time wasting, that type of thing.
Yeah, from day one. But surely you know when you come to a game what the game plan might be of it. Listen, it's not for me. He's not my concern. My concern's our players, and we did what we had to do, except score. On another day, we might be coming in here and we might be talking about all the goals we scored, with a similar performance. Instead, we'll be going through all the chances and why we didn't take them. But it's another point. Another point on the other teams. When this was one of the games that's cancelled, it's important we take points out of these, and we are doing. So yeah, feels disappointing at the minute, but I know when I look back, I'll be taking the positives out of it.
I'm going to lapse into sort of lazy journalism here, and given the fact that it was a goalless draw, how tempted were you to chuck Jebison on, just as another striker there today?
Yeah, I did think about last time as Ollie was tiring, but the thing is what Ollie's got, which you saw towards the end with the 2 headers when we're putting the ball in the box. I'd back Bill if anything drops, and I'd back Ollie in the air. So, yeah, and getting the ball there, we were doing with ease as such, but it was just the chances, and that was from minute 1. Whether it was the first header from Robbo on the set plays, then we had a couple of one-on-ones, then we had some snapshots, and that was the story of the game, and we just didn't take them.
I know that in the past you've spoken about the left-hand side and where the issues were, but Norrington Davis was much more of an attacking threat today.
Yeah, so listen, Reece had a good game. An attacking threat, yes, but when I'm saying attacking threat, I don't want people to get confused. I'm not saying about getting up, I'm on about the end product and what comes from these positions that we get ourselves in. Because when we're looking to create as many chances as possible and we're looking to take them, it's about that final pass. It's about the detail on the final pass, not just putting a ball in a box and thinking it's a chance created. So that's the things that we're working on. That's the things that hopefully are going to keep creating us chances.
Just a quick word. Bogle missed out today. Why is that?
Yes, he's got a knee problem which we're going to have to manage. So yeah, he couldn't play today. He had a scan yesterday, so we'll get a plan together for him. because he's been doing fantastic for us. But we know, one of those players that we're going to have to manage at the minute hopefully between now and the end of the season, keep him fit, keep him playing as many games as possible.
Is he then in the doubt column for Saturday in Swansea?
Yeah, he is. He is, just simply because he's not available today. As I said, hopefully that'll change. I want to be positive with him. I want to be positive with getting him back. But we'll be led by, obviously, opinions and the pain that he's in.
Just finally, so I don't run the risk of being too repetitive, do you know what's going to happen yet? The plan for McGoldrick, what's happening with him?
No, so he's seen another specialist today. I've just had a chat with him. It's going to be just that consideration and how he wants to approach it as well. Dids is old enough and wise enough and experienced enough to know his body. Him along with Steve and the consultations that they have with the specialists, they'll come up with a plan that everyone's happy with. But as I said, he's not someone who we know we're going to be able to use in the near future. So it's just important that we get his rehab right.